Mom? Harriet, Mr. Cashman, did Pepito come in? Pepito, the busboy. Pietro, whatever his name is. Did he come in? Okay, call the agency again. I'll be in about 5:20, 5:30. Yes, I'm still at Bloomingdale's. Oh, it's murder in here. Oh, with all the Christmas shoppers, it's just terrible, terrible. Yeah. All right. Did my wife call? And did you tell her at Bloomingdale's? Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Oh, I gotta go. A spot just opened up on the escalator. Okay. Thank you, Harry. I'll see you about 5:20, 5:30. Thank you. What the hell am I doing here? Oh. Hello. I was in the kitchen. I didn't hear the bell ring. Come in.
I'm in.
How are you?
Very nice.
You look very nice.
You look surprised. Didn't you think I'd come?
I wasn't sure, but I was hoping.
I wasn't sure either, but I came.
I'm glad.
Good.
I would have been disappointed if you didn't come. Would you?
Be disappointed if I didn't come? No, I know I wasn't coming, and there'd be no disappointment.
Well, anyway, welcome. I'm sorry, I forgot your name.
You're forgiven. Elaine Navazio.
Really?
Don't tell me I'm wrong.
No, you just don't look like an Elaine Navazio to me.
Oh, no? What then?
I don't know, for some reason you look like an Irene.
Irene. You think I look like an Irene? I look like an Elaine Navazio.
Well, are you of Italian origin? Navazio?
No, I'm of Polish persuasion. Mr. Navazio is of Italian origin. What extraction are you of?
Well, actually, I'm part Russian and part Lithuanian. My real name isn't Cashman. It's Chuck Navarsky. Yeah, when my grandfather came to this country, someone told him, when you get to the immigration office at Ellis Island, if you have any trouble, just give the man some cash. So, when they asked him his name, they couldn't understand what he said. He gave the man some cash, and that was the name they gave him, Cashman. Cashman. Yeah.
That's an extremely interesting story.
That's the kitchen.
No bedroom?
No. Well, the sofa opens up into a bed. It's a convertible.
Yippee! You like it quiet like this? I mean, no talking?
I just ran out of conversation for a minute.
You nervous?
The truth, yes. Are you?
The truth? No.
Good. No sense in both of us being nervous. You mentioned a Mr. Navazio. I assume you're married?
Mr. Navazio assumes I'm married. I assume what I want.
Well, I didn't notice the wedding ring, so I was wondering. Oh, hold on.
Can I have a cigarette?
A cigarette? Would you rather have some water?
I can't smoke water.
You're not sick, are you?
In what way?
In a sick way. That's a terrible cough.
Well, if it bothers you, I won't do it again.
Oh, it doesn't bother me. I thought it would bother you.
Well, if it bothered me, then I wouldn't do it again. You're not going to give me that cigarette, are you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't smoke.
Then what the hell are you feeling in your pockets for?
I don't know. It was a reflex action.
You mean, you always feel your pockets when you don't offer somebody a cigarette?
No, I don't know why I did it.
You don't keep any in the apartment?
No, it's not my apartment.
Oh, I see. You just borrow it once in a while, huh?
No, nothing like that. It's my mother's apartment. My mother lives here.
You're not actively serious, are you?
I am. I'm very serious. This is my mother's apartment.
You gonna join us?
She works at Mount Sinai Hospital 2 nights a week. She won't be home till 5 o'clock.
That'll make things interesting.
She likes to do charity work. She's always helping needy people.
Like us.
Well, I didn't know where else to come.
Listen, I always say keep it in the family.
Would you like a drink?
Desperately.
I'm sorry. I should have asked you when you first came in. I've got J&B Scotch. Is that all right?
What else have you got?
Just J&B Scotch.
I'll have a J&B Scotch.
I never saw you have a drink in the restaurant, so I thought a plain Scotch would be good.
You brought your own glasses, too?
Oh, I got those at Bloomingdale's. I was thinking of buying them for the restaurant.
You were afraid if you dirtied your mother's glasses, she'd know someone was here.
Well, she is a very, very meticulous woman, and if, she came home and found things different, she would ask questions, and it would get complicated.
I think you did a smart thing. How many ice cubes did you bring?
Well, I didn't quite go that far, but do you want ice? I'll get you some ice.
Nah, forget it. We'll end up spending the rest of the afternoon wiping fingerprints off the tray.
She's quite a typical woman, She knows exactly how high the pillows are puffed when she leaves in the morning.
Is that why you left your rubbers dripping over there on the newspaper? So it wouldn't leave any telltale slush?
I'm starting to feel very foolish about all this.
Nah, forget it. Meeting on the sly is not without its drawbacks.
So, here you go.
I would like to ask you a question, though.
Yes?
Are you going to keep talking soft like that all afternoon?
Was I talking soft?
I know that's not your natural speaking voice, because I hear you yelling a lot in the restaurant. The lady wants boiled halibut, not baked halibut. Are you talking soft like that because you think it's sexy? Because I don't find it sexy. I find it hard to hear.
Well, no. It's just that, these new apartments, they have paper-thin walls, and there's a little old lady who lives next door that hears everything. She's home all day. And my mother has a very high, squeaky voice, and so if she heard any low voices, she would start to wonder...
So what's the plan, huh? You whisper and I clean the apartment in a high, squeaky voice?
No. There's no plan. We'll talk natural.
You got a pencil and paper? We could pass notes.
No. Listen, I don't want to inhibit you. Look, I'm talking in my loud voice. Is this better? Does that make you feel more comfortable?
Much.
Good. I don't want to inhibit you. I feel like an idiot. Listen, I want you to do and say anything you like, okay?
You got a nice smile.
Me? Nah. Really?
That's not your smile? It looked like your smile.
Well, thank you.
Don't thank me, it's your smile.
I never know when you're kidding me.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Well, anyway, you're not supposed to say nice things about me. I'm supposed to say nice things about you.
All right, say nice things to me.
Well, you're a very attractive woman.
That's it? You came off better than I did. Cheers.
Cheers.
Is that your wife I see every once in a while in the restaurant? The tall blonde with the mink coat and space shoes?
That's right. How did you know?
I figured the only person that would come in and take money out of the cash register without saying a word is either a mute crook or somebody's wife.
Yeah, she does that once a week. She goes to the bank on Fridays.
How long were you in the deposit or married?
Oh, a long time.
What? 5 years, 10 years, what?
23 years.
Professionals. So here it is Friday and your wife's at the bank in her space shoes. And your mother's rolling bandages over there at Mount Sinai. And you are here with a very attractive woman and an empty glass.
Oh, I'm sorry. You sure you don't want some ice for this?
I'm positive. You just did it again.
Did what?
You smelled your fingers. That's the third time you smelled your fingers since I'm here.
Did I do that? I wasn't conscious of it.
What is that, an occupational hazard? Owning a fish restaurant, always worried about what your fingers smell like?
Well, it's opening all those oysters and clams. I enjoy doing it. I open about 8 dozen a week. Now, that's going back 20 years. So, well, I try soap, I try perfume, aftershave lotion, turpentine. It's okay for a few hours, but then around 4 in the afternoon, it comes back like the afternoon tide.
I wouldn't worry about it if I were you.
Well, it's not the suavest thing in the world, standing here in a nice blue suit with an attractive woman smelling my fingers.
Smelly things don't bother me as much as that blue suit. You never wear anything else, do you?
Well, not in the restaurant, no. My father always said a businessman should wear a dignified blue suit. So I wear them every day, and in the summer I wear them also, but in like a lighter fabric, of course.
Oh, good, I was concerned.
Yeah, what do they call people like me? A creature of habit?
Yeah, I think that's what they call people like you. Don't you ever get a wild, crazy desire for like a brown sports jacket?
Oh, I've got sports jackets in my closet at home. I've got a brown sports jacket. I've got a great checkered sports jacket. I've got a...
Is that where you wear them? In your closet at home?
No, I wear them all the time. I'm not as staid as you think.
Yes, you are. Staid is a very staid word. You own a car?
Yes?
A Buick, right?
My God, how did you know that?
Goes with the blue suit.
You're a very unusual woman, Elaine. Like the restaurant. You never come in there and then 5 days in a row you come in and have lunch. What is that? Some kind of special high protein diet?
I get cravings.
You mean to eat?
To eat, to touch, to smell, to see, to do. A physical, sensual desire that can only be satisfied at that particular moment.
Oh, you mean like after an hour of handball, a cold Pepsi?
I'm gonna have trouble with you, right? I got a craving for another scotch.
Oh, you coming right up?
Ah, caught you again.
Oh, no, I wasn't smelling my hand. I was looking at my watch.
Ah, is it time to smell your fingers yet?
I was just thinking of my mother. We've got plenty of time.
What time is it?
It's 3:10.
Mount Sinai lets out at 5 o'clock. That gives us an hour and 50 minutes. All right, you want to make the first move?
Boy, you're really open about things, aren't you?
So you're not going to make the first move?
No, I am. I just thought we would finish our drinks first.
It's your schedule. Hey, you think the old lady next door smokes? Only needs one cigarette.
No, I wouldn't think so. No.
I could ring a bell. I could say I'm collecting for Red Cross.
I'm sorry I didn't bring any. Don't you think you can wait till 5 o'clock?
We'll wait till August if you were a hypnotist. Forget it. I'll take shorter breaths.
Can I say something? This is not going very well, is it?
It's had its ups and downs.
Mrs. Navazio, you really
If
are...
you're going to keep calling me Mrs. Navazio, you better get out a deck of cards.
I'm sorry, Irene.
Try Elaine. You'll get a better response.
Elaine, why do I think you're Irene?
I don't know. Is your wife Irene?
No, my wife's Thelma.
Well, let her worry about Irene.
I'm sorry, the thing is... Elaine.
Yes, Barney.
Barney, yes, please, call me Barney.
What else have I got to do?
The thing is, Elaine,
Yes, Barney.
I find you a very attractive woman.
Thank you. I heard.
Yes, I said so before, didn't I? Wasn't that the first thing I said to you in my restaurant?
No, the first thing you said to me was try the scallops.
Well, after that, once we got talking on a personal basis.
The first personal thing you said to me was, I've never seen such beautiful fingers in my finger bowls.
Well, I'm not George Bernard Shaw, but I think it was kind of clever for me. I
not
guess it
in-
was corny, huh?
I'm not in George Bernard Shaw's mother's apartment, am I?
No. not that I don't dabble in writing myself a little
You
bit.
dabble.
Well, for fun. Nothing serious, but, I get a kick out of it. You've read some of my stuff.
I have? Where?
In the menu. Yeah. Sweet savory swordfish steak, swimming in salivary succulence. Yeah, I wrote that.
It's very catchy. It's got a nice beat.
Oh, that's the idea. They call that alliteration.
Do that. Where'd you learn that? In college?
No, I didn't go to college. I went from the Army right into Queen of the Sea. Yeah, my father opened the business in 1931 in Sheepshead Bay. That's where I grew up. My dream was to be a radio writer, Orson Welles and the Mercury Theater Players, that was my dream, But, then along came the war, and then my father died and left me the restaurant. And then television killed radio, and I never thought my writing would go well on television. I don't write visually, I write for the ears. Sweet, savory, succulent, swordfish steak, Anyway, I got a kick out of doing the menus. Oh, did you read the one I wrote about flaming Florentine flounder?
I browsed through it. What time is it now?
3:20.
All right, that's another 10 minutes shot. All right, so what's it going to be?
Why, you really come right to the point, don't you?
Look, did you ask me to come up here with the intentions of having an affair or not?
Well, in a matter of speaking...
Yes or no?
Yes.
And that we got to be out of here by 5?
I don't think I put it that bluntly.
What time do we have to be out by?
5.
All right.
Well, I never denied that my intentions were of a romantic nature.
Romantic. And your mother's clean apartment with 2 glasses from Bloomingdale's and your rubber's dripping on the newspaper.
Well, it was my belief that romance is inspired by the participants, not the accoutrements.
Ah, that's beautifully worded. You ought to use it on the cherry stone clams. What's the matter? Is having an affair a dirty expression?
Certainly not. Having an affair. What's wrong with that?
Well, I mean, people talk that way all the time, you know. Maybe not Buick drivers, but lots of people that I know.
Listen, I admit it to being a creature of habit, not a prude.
The hell you're not. I bet I could say 3 words right now that'll turn that blue suit into a Glen plaid.
Look, Elaine, I don't think this is very funny.
Alrighty? You want to put your hands over your ears?
Elaine,
I'm
come.
gonna say a word.
Elaine, this is just silly, okay?
Screw.
Asshole! There, look, I can say it too. What's the point?
The point is that we got a time problem and you're reading me fish poetry.
I know we have a time problem, but there's still the matter of human communication. I mean, I'm sorry, maybe my approach is too old-fashioned for you.
That's alright, I'm flexible. Let's try things your way. What did you want to see me about, Mr. Cashman?
Oh, come on, Elaine, don't be like that.
Well, maybe I just don't understand you. I got a 210-pound husband at home that would break my arms and legs if he caught us up here, and you're telling me about your sweet, succulent childhood in Sheepshead Bay.
Well, I just thought you'd like to know a little bit about me before, before you walked in here 10 minutes ago.
20 minutes ago.
20 minutes ago, I was just a restaurant owner admiring your fingers, and you were an attractive woman with a craving for fish.
You were the one who wrote down an address and an apartment number on the back of a $1.80 check. Then I come up here and I find out that we got an hour and 50 minutes before your social working mother with the high squeaky voice comes home to examine how high the pillows are puffed. Now, if we had 2 weeks in Nassau, I'd gladly look at color photos of your tonsils.
I explained that. I thought a motel would be a little sordid. And besides, I would have bought your lunch, but my cashier's very nosy, and if she saw me paying for another woman's lunch...
Just forget it. Forget it, you got a lot of courage. I'm surprised you took a chance giving me an extra shrimp in the shrimp cocktail.
I don't know how we got started on this.
It's cigarette nerves, pay no attention. Well, is that bottle just gonna sit up there, or are you planning on turning it into a lamp?
You finished the last one already?
I didn't finish it, it evaporated.
Elaine, can I ask you a very honest question?
Yes, I've done this before.
That's not what I was going to ask.
All right, you got one for free. What were you gonna ask?
I still haven't gotten over that answer. You mean you have before, on other occasions?
I have on other occasions in other places with other men done the unthinkable. But if it'll help your vanity any, you were the first owner of a fish restaurant I have ever been with. In that respect, I'm still a virgin.
I gather you're not very happy with Mr. Navazio.
What the hell kind of a question is that? Am I happy with Mr. Navazio?
I'm sorry, it's none of my business.
I didn't come up here to get reformed, you know. It's bad enough you got me to quit smoking. Leave my sex life alone.
I dropped the subject.
What was your question?
What question? Oh, before. Well, I told you I find you attractive, and I know why I invited you here, but did you come here because you're, I'm sorry, I have a hard time just coming out with it.
Would you like me to wait in the kitchen?
Am I appealing to you?
Yes.
I am?
Now you appeal to me.
Now? What do you mean? Maybe not tomorrow?
Maybe not in 15 minutes. I have a short span of concentration.
You mean with you it could just change from day to day?
By tonight, I may hatefully assault.
I'm not talking about seafood, I'm talking about people.
Yes, with me it can change day to day.
Well, I find that disturbing.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do. I find it disturbing that your attitude towards people is so detached.
Well, you'll get over it. Can I ask you a question?
Yes?
What are you writing, some sort of research book or something? Is that why you really got me to come up here? Sexual secrets of seafood sufferers? What do you got, a little tape recorder going on in that candy dish?
Elaine, I'm sorry, I have a hard time keeping up with you. One minute we're having a nice conversation, and then you turn on me.
Listen, it's been really, really terrific, Mr. Cashman. I don't know when I've had a better time. You certainly pour a beautiful glass of scotch. And my compliments to your mother's housekeeping.
Wait, where are you going?
Outside to look for cigarette butts. And then home. But don't worry. No one will notice me leaving the building. I'll walk out backwards.
What did I say? Why are you upset?
I depress you? I make you sad? I have been called a lot of things by a lot of people in a lot of places, but I have never been called a depressant.
No, I never said that. I never meant that.
You got some nerve getting me up here in your 1938 furnished apartment in your shiny blue suit and your thimble full of scotch, sitting there smelling your fingers, telling me I give you the blues.
What? When did I say that? I'm not depressed. I'm not blue. I'm very happy.
Oh, no kidding. How about 2 quick verses and let a smile be your umbrella? Look, let me get $1.50. I'll be goddamned if I'm paying for lunch and a taxi.
Look, Elaine, please. Please, just Have a seat. Let me just say something, okay?
Say something? You've already talked away half our allotted time. You'll need the other half to wipe my lip prints off the glass, puff up the pillows, and get the hell out of here.
Can you just lower your voice, please? Just
Lower my voice? Shh. Mr. Cashman is using his mother's apartment to bring in broads.
What's the sense in that?
I depress you? Don't tell me I depress you. I make you upset. Flaming Florentine flounder?
You're getting unduly upset.
Unduly upset. I'm risking a bullet between the eyes, and I can't even get a lousy cigarette.
You know what? It just sounds all congested. Have you ever tried sleeping with a vaporizer?
No, but don't worry. I'll get around to everyone.
I'm sorry. I don't want to be gloomy, but that's a terrible cough. Have you gone to a doctor?
There is nothing wrong with my lungs or my chest. I simply cough because I have nothing better to do in the afternoons.
Don't you want the water?
Keep it as a memento of this wonderful afternoon we're having.
Gosh, I really bungled this whole thing, didn't I?
You want it straight?
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Forget it.
No, I'm sorry. I wasted your time. I'm sure you could have found something more interesting to do than to sit here talking to me.
If I rush, I can make the second show at the Hayden Planetarium. You can whisper, will you? I can't stand wistful 45-year-old men.
Is that how old you think I look? 45?
I cut down to the marrow, huh? Actually, I think you look like a college kid, 21, 22.
Come on.
It's your black socks with the clocks on them that threw me off.
Well, I'll have you know that I'm flattered because I'm actually 47. Does that surprise you?
It's a good thing I was sitting down when you told me.
You're still upset about what I said before.
No, I'm not.
I can tell. You're upset.
I'm not upset, I'm not angry, I'm not mad. If you want the plain heartbreaking truth, I'm a little bored. But there was no harm done, no one got hurt. The worst thing that'll happen is that from now on, I will get the same 5 shrimp as everybody else. It's been a memorable, glorious 30 minutes.
No.
Goodbye, Mr. Cash.
Oh, don't go.
It happens to the best of us.
Elaine, you know what I wish?
Don't tell me it won't come true.
Listen, I wish you'd go out, close the door, then ring the bell and come right back in. I wish we could start this whole thing from the beginning.
Yeah, well, that's life, Barney. Goodbye. I just happened to be in the neighborhood and I thought I'd drop by.
Oh, Elaine, are you all right? I'm sorry.
Oh, my goddamn lip is bleeding.
Oh, let me see it. Let me see it.
Bleeding lip, you've seen them before.
Can I put some cold water on it?
Oh, just give me a handkerchief.
Damn stupid idiot. Why'd I have to kiss you so hard?
Oh, it's a terrific kiss. A little pointy maybe, but very nice. Help me out.
Can I put some ice on it?
Just you worrying about it is enough for me. It stopped. Yeah, you better burn this.
How about some more scotch?
How about a lot more scotch?
World champion klutz, that's me.
You put the glasses away already? You didn't wash the floors too, did you?
Just, it was just straight out of high school, if I would have fallen on top of you and we missed the soap, I could have broken your back.
Listen, it was the best 2 minutes we had. And that's quite a scene. You want to give it another shot?
You mean I'm forgiven? Boy, Elaine, I gotta say, I've never met anyone like you. You're really something. The way you change your moods so quickly from mood to mood.
It's a talent. It's not as good as tap dancing, but what the hell?
I don't think you're as tough as you like to sound.
But you're gonna try and hold my hand next.
Yes, I am. Do you like that, Elaine? You like when a man holds your hand in his?
Depends on what he's doing with his other hand.
I wish I could understand you, Elaine. I wish I knew what was going on inside that mind of yours.
We're not gonna get on this talking thing again, are we? Not without cigarettes.
What were you like as a girl, Elaine?
Fat and pimply. You don't even smoke a pipe?
For Christ's sake, is that all you can think about is a goddamn cigarette? Is there nothing else going on in your life but a mentholated cigarette?
What else are you offering that's more enjoyable?
How about getting to know each other, talking with one another? Is there anything wrong with that?
Not if you didn't have to be out by 5 o'clock. Look, if you wanted information, I would have filled out a form at the restaurant.
Tell me the truth, Elaine. Would you be happy if friends ripped your clothes off and started jumping all over you? Is that what you would prefer? Because if that's what you want, I can certainly accommodate you.
It would be a way of breaking the ice.
Well, there's no problem in that area, is there?
If you say so.
I say so. There's no problem in that area.
Then what's the problem?
There is no problem. Yes, there's a problem. I'm sorry, I just find that crude. Listen, Elaine, I know we don't know each other very well, but I thought we could at least start this relationship off with some mutual respect.
How can you respect me if you don't even know me?
Because you're a human being, because you're a woman. I respect that.
Well, no offense, but I'm getting a really bad headache. What do you get for 2 aspirin?
Oh, yeah, I guess I did that, right? I'm boring you to death.
Barney, you are simply too overconfident for me. I'm just putty in your hands. You mind if I pour it myself? I promise I won't go over the pencil mark.
Elaine, is it possible that you're really as cold as you sound?
I need gloves to take off my underwear.
Flippant, wise, and cold. You just won't let yourself be sincere or honest for a minute, will you?
Barney, I'm going to give you a bit of advice so that the entire afternoon isn't a total write-off. If you want undying love and romance, take a guitar and go to Spain. I'm leaving for good now. My peak has ebbed.
Cold, callous, and unemotional.
Those are my attorneys. And you know what to find them.
You know what? Forgive me for saying so, but that's an awfully sad way to go through life.
You're forgiven.
Sad, frightening, and pathetic.
You hypocrite. You soul-searching, hypocritical son of a bitch. Who are you to tell anybody how to go through life? What would you have done if I would have walked through that door all fluttery and blushing? And oh, Mr. Cashman, don't put your hands there. I'm a married woman. Were you going to tell me how much you respect me, admire me, and at the moment of truth even love me? You know damn well you'd be behind that counter opening up those clams tomorrow, praying to Christ that I'd never walk back in. And you know something? That's the way it should be. Forgive me for the horrible, sinful thing that I'm about to say, but I happen to enjoy the pure physical act of making love. It warms me, it stimulates me, and it makes me feel like a woman. But that's another ugly truth. That's what I came up here for. And that's what you were expecting. But don't give me when I was 9 years old, my mother took off with the butcher and I've been looking for somebody to love me ever since. I don't know your problems, and I don't care. Keep your savory succotash stories to yourself. Nobody cares about anything or anybody else except for themselves in this world. And there's only one way to get through it with your sanity. If you can't taste it, touch it, or smell it, forget it. If you want a copy of that speech, send 50 cents in a self-addressed envelope.
Please don't go.
It's getting late. I gotta feed the lion at 6.
Don't go. Just give me 5 more minutes. Just hear me out, okay? You can do that. 5 more minutes.
Barney, don't waste your time. We're incompatible. You need Joan Fontaine, and I need a box of lozenges.
Look, listen. If I have to lock you in, I will. You know I'm stronger than you. You saw me opening clamps.
40 minutes to go, and now he starts to show some brute force.
I'm asking nicely. Will you please sit down?
You want to get me crazy? Push me.
Just sit there and shut up. Don't talk, don't cough, don't even breathe. Just sit there and shut up until I tell you you can go. If I get nothing else from you this afternoon, it's going to be your undivided goddamn attention. Excuse me. I'm sure it'll come as no great shock to you, but you are the first attempted extramarital affair for me in 23 years of marriage. I never even kissed another woman in 23 years. I married my high school sweetheart, and when have you heard that expression last? At the age of 24, having gotten steady with her since I was 16. And how many experiences with other women do you think I had before I got married? 1. I had 1 shot at it. When I was 18, my brother took me to an apartment building in Newark, New Jersey, where I consorted with a 44-year-old woman who greeted me lying naked on a brass bed, reading a newspaper. It cost me $7, and I threw up all night. I don't gamble, I don't smoke, and you've had more to drink this afternoon than I've had in my whole life. I've never had a car accident. I've never had a fist fight. I've never had a broken bone. I've never had a temperature over 102. Life's not only been very kind to me, it goes out of its way to ignore me. I've got 3 kids I'm very proud of. I've got a house that I've worked hard for. A wife that's not extraordinary, not what you'd call an exciting, vivacious woman, but one who's caring and devoted and loving and who I happen to love. So why, after 23 years, do I write my mother's address down on a receipt and buy a bottle of scotch and 2 glasses and start praying to God I don't get caught? Why? I'll tell you why. I don't know. I never had the urge before. Not true. I first got the urge about 5 years ago. 2 years ago, seriously. About a year ago, I decided to give in to it. And the last 6 months, conscientiously. I'm 47 years old, and for the first time, I think about dying. The thought of death has become a part of my life. I constantly check the obituaries just for the satisfaction of not seeing my name there. I'm constantly thinking about how it's going to come and how I'm going to bear up to it. Do you know I even practice dying? I lie in bed at night and I try to feel myself slipping away. And I let my head drop off to the side and I let out my final gasp of air. And then I get up and I take 3 sleeping pills because I'm up the rest of the night, scared out of my wits. But it's going to happen. It's inevitable. I mean, maybe sooner than I think. And so I ask myself, well, Barney, have you enjoyed it? Has it been a terrific 47 years? And you know what my answer is? Well, I wouldn't say terrific. It was nice. Nice! The sum total of my life is nice. I will go to my grave having had a nice life, and they will give me a nice funeral and bury me in my nice blue suit, and my wife will weep for me and mourn for me, and in 6 months she'll marry another nice fellow. Probably give him my brown sports jacket, but I wouldn't condemn her for it. You know, that life must go on. It's the natural order of things. But while it's going on, shouldn't it be better than just nice? Shouldn't it be more to it than getting up every morning and opening the restaurant at 11 o'clock? Shouldn't it be more than just those 3 months, 3 weeks every August when I go to Saratoga Springs and I stand in the pool with 50 fat middle-aged people wishing I was at home opening the restaurant at 11 o'clock in the morning? Couldn't I just once give in to my fantasies and my secret dreams? I wanted to know what it would be like with another woman. Would she like me? Would I be successful? Would I enjoy touching her? 1,000 questions I wouldn't know the answers to if my name was in the obituaries tomorrow morning. So I decided to indulge myself. Just once. I don't pretend I'm being fair to my wife. If she tried to indulge herself the same way, I would never forgive her. So I started to look around, and I promise you, with the intentions of having one affair, one day of pleasure, and that's it. But if it's going to be one day, I wanted it to be something memorable. An experience so remarkable and meaningful that it would last me the rest of my life, not cheap and sordid. Then I would go back to opening the restaurant every day at 11 o'clock, but at least I would know that for one afternoon I broke the pattern of my life and I didn't just exist, I lived.
And that's why you wanted to get laid.
I told you I'd let you know when you could go. Now would be a good time.
Nah, I was gonna cry in the middle, but I didn't want to wet your mother's carpeting.
I hoped you'd understand, but, you know, I didn't expect it.
Listen, it was terrifically entertaining. There's 1 or 2 reasons, though, why I couldn't feel too sympathetic for the hero. In the first place, there's a very good chance that 44-year-old woman from Newark, New Jersey was my mother. That'll give you some idea of my background. And in the second place, any man who expects to have a beautiful, memorable, enchanting day of honest love with a woman he picks up in a fish restaurant is either sexually retarded or a latent idiot. And in the third place, nobody gives a good crap about you dying, Barney. Because a lot of people have discovered it ahead of you. We're all dying, Mr. Cashman. I myself passed away 6 months ago, as a matter of fact. I'm just hanging around to clean up some business affairs. Well, Barney, together we blew one of the very few free afternoons allotted to us in this life. But I'm not blaming you. It serves me right. If I had a craving for corned beef and cabbage, I would have been in some big Irishman's apartment right now, having the time of my life. C'est la vie. Good luck, Barney, in your quest for the impossible dream. God, please let there be a cigarette machine in the lobby.
Harriet, Mr. Cashman. Did Pepito come in? Pietro. All right, call the agency again. I'll be in about 20 minutes. I'm leaving Bloomingdale's now. No, I didn't buy anything. No, I shopped around. I looked around. I didn't get anything. Yeah, that's the way life goes. All right, Harriet, I'll see you soon. I will never do that again. Never, 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 never. Ma? Hello, Harriet. Mr. Cashman. I can't talk now. I'm at the dentist. Well, hello.
Oh, thank God!
What's the matter?
Air conditioning!
Yes.
Do you know it is 140 degrees outside? I swear, I mean, it gets hot in California, but nothing like this. Hi, Bobbi, Michelle.
Yes, come in.
I was wandering up and down the hall. All these apartments look alike. This is nice. I like this. Are you sure I'm not disturbing you? I mean, you're not busy or anything?
No, remember I said...
I wasn't trying to get here on time. I just got through with my audition.
Yeah, no, remember I said come 3.
It has got to be 110, right? I mean, forget about breathing. It is over.
Well,
Are you sure I'm not disturbing you? I mean, I could come back later.
listen, I'm good till 5 o'clock. Let me get you a cold
I
drink.
love this neighborhood. I knew this block looked familiar. I once had a girlfriend who lived on this street, 47th between 1st and York.
Oh, no, this is 37th.
37th! Of course! Then she couldn't have lived on this street.
No.
Oh, that is better. The Schubert Theater was a sauna bath. And oh, listen, my accompanist did show up, which I have you to thank for because you were so nice in the park yesterday, and I just want to let you know that I have not forgotten it, and here I am talking and talking, and we haven't even really said hello yet. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Here I am.
So I see.
God, I talk a lot when I get nervous. Have you noticed that? I will try to stop if I can. You'll have to forgive me.
Oh, are you nervous?
Well, I'm not nervous now. I was nervous before. I just had this terrible incident with a cab driver. I do not want to go into that.
Oh, okay.
God, I just wilt in this heat. If I pass out on the floor, I'm just going to have to trust you.
Oh, well, you don't have to worry.
You're not a cab driver. You wouldn't try anything like that.
Like what?
He wanted to make it with me under the Manhattan Bridge during his lunch hour.
What?
Listen, it's over. Let's forget it. I must look awful.
No, you don't. You look marvelous.
Proof I don't.
You do.
Give me 3 minutes, I'll dazzle you. Did you get shorter?
Shorter since yesterday?
Why do you look shorter?
I can't imagine why I would.
Oh, flats.
Flats?
I was wearing flats yesterday. I put on heels for the audition today.
Ah.
I got taller.
Yes.
Actually, you're not really short. Well, you know that.
Well, sometimes when people have
You
large...
know, I couldn't read your handwriting. I thought I had the address wrong. 432 East 37th
Nope,
Street.
that's the right address, yes.
Oh, I should hope so. Otherwise, where am I and who are you? That is silly. If I am goofy today, it's me.
Oh, no, I don't think you're goofy.
No, I am. I'm goofy. Let's face it.
No, I find you charming.
Well, I know that I'm charming, but I'm also goofy, which I think is part of my charm. God, that is a terrible thing to say, isn't it?
No, I think frankness is...
No, it's terrible. I mean, I'm just so open about things. That's why I'm always getting myself into trouble. You know what I mean?
What kind of trouble?
Oh my God, I just noticed it. You shaved your mustache.
What mustache?
Didn't you have a mustache yesterday?
Me? No, never.
You never had a mustache?
No, I never grow one. They don't come in thick on the left side.
Who am I thinking of? Who did I meet yesterday with a mustache?
That I couldn't tell you.
Anyway, I cannot think straight. I'm still a nervous wreck over this cab incident. I mean, I'm back in New York for 3 days, and look what happens. I just want to forget it.
Oh, certainly. How about a drink? I've got J&B Scotch. I've got some...
I wrote the cabbie's name down. Max Schoenstein. I was going to report him to the police, but he started to cry, tears pouring down his face. I thought a cigar would go out. Then he started to plead with me that he's married 27 years, and he's one son in Vietnam and another son in medical school, and he didn't mean any harm, and I felt sorry for him, and I said, all right, I wouldn't report him, and so he thanked me and asked me to reconsider going under the Manhattan Bridge. How do I look, better?
Marvelous. Gee, that's terrible.
Oh, it happens to me all the time. Coming in on the plane from California, the man sitting next to me kept feeling me up all during the movie.
Wait, feeling?
This is the kind of place I'm looking for. Is it a terrace?
No terrace. Wait, he was feeling you?
Well, he said he was looking for the dial to turn up the volume, but he didn't even have the headset plugged in his ears. Nice view.
Did you say something to him?
Well, he was Chinese. I didn't want to seem bigoted. Then he had the nerve to call me in the middle of the night, some strange Chinaman.
How did he get your number?
I don't know, I must have given it to him or something. What's the difference? Anyway, it's over. Am I talking too much? I haven't given you a chance to say anything.
No. I'm enjoying it. I mean, your stories are incredible.
Well, how do you mean incredible? You don't believe them?
No, I do believe them.
Because they're true.
Oh, well, that's what makes them incredible and fascinating.
I mean, maybe to you, but they were terrifying to me.
To me, too.
Could I have a drink?
What a good idea.
You know, I don't provoke these things, they just happen.
I'm not surprised. You're such a pretty girl.
I don't know why they single me out. I'm always getting these obscene telephone calls.
My goodness.
I mean, I get them wherever I go. One time I wasn't home and he left an obscene message.
Well, there's a lot of...
And the language, I never heard such filth. I once had a call where this psycho actually described vile and indecent acts for over 15 minutes.
15 minutes?
Listen, if you don't shut me up, I will never stop talking. What time is it?
It's 3:15.
Oh, God, I've got to make a call. May I? I don't have one on me.
Oh, sure, of course.
Is this where you write those sea stories you were telling me about?
Yes, I work here during the day. This is my mother's
I
apartment.
knew this writer in California, a registered weirdo. I mean, he used to write those underground movies you see on 8th Avenue, you know, Sex Family Robinson, Tom Swift and His Incredible Thing. I thought I was in love with him until I found out he was deranged. I mean, the things he wanted me to do.
Like what?
God, I couldn't repeat them.
No, it's all right. You can repeat them.
You know, she hears the phone. She's just a lazy bitch.
But like, what kinds of things? Like, what?
I couldn't tell you. I told my analyst he went into cardiac arrest. Can you believe this? I could be here 20 minutes.
Do you mean things alone or things together? What kinds of things?
If I tell you this man had his teeth sharpened, could you fill in the rest? I mean, the man was psychotically inclined. This is adorable. Your mother?
No, that's me. But like, did you ever do any of these things?
Me? No, never. Of course not. I mean, some. I had to do some, otherwise I was afraid he would kill me. Is that you and your father?
Yes. You mean he actually forced you to do some of these things?
Well, you don't play it cool with the man who has his teeth sharpened. Were you both in the Navy?
No, if you look carefully at the caps, it says Queen of the Sea at the top. I can't imagine. What kinds of things did he want you to do?
Please forgive me for what I'm about to say, but this man was a shit. Am I forgiven?
Certainly. How did you get hooked up with a guy like that?
By sheer chance. I mean, he was living with my roommate and she moved out. Hey, did I tell you about my audition?
No.
Do you have to go somewhere?
No, I'm here till 5 o'clock. Tell me about your audition.
I was fabulous. David Merrick thought I was the end.
No kidding, David Merrick?
Well, it was dark, but it was someone with a mustache. Anyway, they went absolutely ape over me. They really loved me and I would have gotten the part, except they wanted a Negro girl. I mean, that's how it is in the theater today. If you're not black, you're nowhere. Anyway, it was my best audition because of this groovy accompanist I was telling you about, which brings us to why I'm here. I owe you $20.
Oh, there's no hurry.
What do you mean? You were nice enough to lend me $20 for an accompanist, a stranger in the park, and I promised I'd pay you back, didn't I? I insist.
Well, all right.
The thing is, I don't have the money. I'm good for it though. If I don't get a show in New York, I may go to a series of one-night concerts in New Zealand, and I brought some stills from this movie that I was in, so you would believe that I was really an actress.
Oh, okay.
This is me on location in Malibu, and these are the stars Frankie Avalon, Annette Funicello, and the Beach Boys.
Oh, yes.
It was a cute picture. They took the basic story of Wuthering Heights and worked in Surf Riders.
What a good idea.
And this is Fabian, who, and I say this with deep sincerity, is one of the great human beings I have ever met. He was so nice to me when I had my accident.
Oh, well, what kind of accident?
I got beat up by some Mexican in a motel. I mean, who the Mexican was or how I got there, I will never know, and the police will never give you any information.
Oh my God, the things that happened to you.
Well, I certainly don't look for it. My goodness, you must think I'm some sort of bizarre femme fatale.
Who are you calling?
My answering service. You know, at least she said she would take messages from me. I swear, I have the worst damn luck with roommates.
Oh, you're living with someone.
Heinrich Himmler. I can't afford my own place yet, so in the meantime, I'm staying with this Nazi vocal teacher. I mean, she's not just German, she's actually Nazi, wears black boots, shirts, the whole
Oh
thing.
my God.
Great vocal coach, though, if you don't mind being whipped.
You're not serious.
Wilhelmina Weirdo. Do you know that she paid $400 to have a 3-inch scar put on her face? My suspicion is she's sexually, what's the word?
Aberrated?
No, worse than that.
Worse than aberrated?
She has this queen-size bed in her room with a leather bedspread. Does that seem funny to you?
Well, you live there. You'd know better than I would.
Goodness, how would I know? I'm no lesbian. I mean, I'm only staying with her because she's a damn good vocal coach and she's not taking any rent.
Why not?
Because she knows I'm going to make it very big in this business and she wants to get in on the ground floor. Finally, hello, Hilda. Was nicht gegessen? Auf Lichter Schein bist du? I make up German, she gets hysterical. Nowhere, with a friend. Hey, did the Merv Griffin show call? Well, how would you know? Where have you been for the last 20 minutes? In the bunker? No, I told you, it was a friend. No, it's not another girl. No, I don't think I'll be home for dinner. No, I won't be home for dinner. Hold on a minute. Are we having dinner?
No, I don't think I can.
Okay, I'll be home for dinner. Around 6. I promise. I said I promised, didn't I? Then auf Wiedersehen! Do you know, if they won the war, she would be the choral director at Radio City Music Hall.
If you're so uncomfortable, why do you stay there?
You know, you're the second person who's accused me of being homosexual.
I never said you were homosexual.
My goodness, the thought of it makes my skin crawl. That is the one thing in life that I find revolting. I mean, I sleep so far away from her in that bed that she would need a taxi to get near me. People can be so vicious sometimes.
No, I never for a minute
Are
implied.
you married?
Am I married? Yes.
The other person who suggested it was this kinky writer who would stoop to anything because I wouldn't do those terrible things I told you about. Well, not all of them.
Are you sure you don't want to drink?
I mean, I didn't mean you when I said people can be vicious. I mean,
That's all right.
You're not vicious, you're married. Married people are rarely vicious, they're too guilty.
Do you find that?
Without exception. Except for this one married man I knew, was he ever vicious? Goodness, I am letting you in on everything. Whatever happened to the woman of mystery? Do you mind terribly if I smoke?
No, please smoke. Please smoke. Actually, look, I've got ring size, I've got filter, I've got
I have my own things. Please do not ask me about this married man because that is one episode of my life I would rather not discuss.
I understand.
If I tell you, it'll go no further than this room.
You know what? If it hurts too much to talk about it, you don't have to.
For obvious reasons, I can't reveal his identity, so let's just call him Mr. H. That's all I'll divulge about him, Mr. H.
I understand.
Arnold. Arnold H. He lives in Palm Springs, California, and is in the hotel business. I mean, you've heard of him, I'm sure. He had a big spread in Time magazine.
Oh, when was that?
I'm sorry, I really can't betray any confidences. I don't think that we should talk about it. Do you want one of these?
Oh, no, I don't smoke.
Well, I don't either. I mean, not cigarettes. Anyway, I met Mr. H about 2 years ago in Arizona when I was a house guest of this very short movie producer, and this one night...
I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt, but, is that...
I'm sorry, I didn't catch the last word.
Well, I didn't want to say it too loud. There's an old lady next door that hears everything. Is that marijuana? Pot?
Yes, change your mind?
I'm trying to cut down.
Sure. Actually, it's a blend. Half Turkish tobacco, half grass. It's prescribed by my doctor in Beverly Hills. I take it as a tranquilizer because I have this inability to swallow pills. Are you sure they're not strong? They're like a 20-minute freak out at the most.
Maybe later.
I take it for medicinal purposes, but you can get high if you like. By the way, you have a nice smile.
No, other people have told me that.
You're a real basic person. No crap, am I right?
Well,
Sincere, sweet. You meet so few in my business. I mean, anywhere for that matter.
well, I find the people that I run across.
What the world needs now is love, sweet love. That's the only thing that there's just too little of. That is what I'm going to do if I get the Merv Griffin show. If the Beast of Berlin ever takes my messages. I like the color of these walls. I am so sick of white walls. Is the door locked?
The door? Yes, is that all right?
I was just making sure. I thought I saw somebody following me outside before. Probably not. Is this a rent-controlled building?
Following you? Who would follow you?
Who? Indeed. That is a good question. I'm just being silly. Just double check the lock.
I just checked it. Are you trying to say that there's someone who might know you're here with me right now?
That's sweet. You're worried some jealous nut is going to burst in here and blow our brains out!
Oh, Jesus!
Wouldn't that be a kick? A regular bloodbath. That is one way of getting your name in the paper.
Look, Bobbi.
No. I think we're okay.
Bobbi, you understand that when I invited you here, it was just out of convenience. I mean, you wanted to pay me back the $20. I thought this place was as good as any, so that's the only reason.
Well, goodness, that was understood. I mean, I certainly didn't think that I was coming here to be seduced.
Of course not.
Hold on. Finish my pot like a good little girl. No, don't forget to get rid of this. Tear the paper, scatter the ashes, and flush the toilet twice. You can imagine how many people are serving time today because they only flush once.
Flush twice, that's good to know. It leaves a slight odor, doesn't it?
Do you want me to open the window?
You understand, of course, that when I spoke to you in the park, it was only because I thought you were in trouble. I mean, I never do things like that. It was very rare for me. The thing is, you just look so all alone, you know? And you had this sad look on your face. You look so troubled and so distraught.
Have you seen that man before?
What man?
The one across the street standing outside that building. Have you seen him before?
Yeah, all the time. He's a doorman.
I was just wondering. Do you think I'm being silly?
No. Well, I don't know. I mean, you looked like you were scared of something even in the park.
Can I trust you? I mean, absolutely trust you.
Yeah, of course, yes. I want to be your friend.
I'm not crazy or anything, so what I'm about to tell you, you must accept as the gospel truth. Do you know he had my dog kidnapped?
Who?
Mr. H of Palm Springs, California, he had my 13-month last episode kidnapped! You promised I could trust you.
Well, I'll never tell anyone that. Why would he have your dog kidnapped?
Do you think I'm making it up?
No.
I mean,
if you tell me a man kidnapped your dog, I accept
the
it.
dog is gone! I mean, he loves me and he knows his way home, so he is obviously being held against his will.
You're lasso apso. Do you call the police?
What's the point? They're in on it too.
The police are in on the kidnapping of the last Watson?
Mr. H is also one of the biggest political bigwigs in California. I mean, who would you say the police are more likely to cooperate with? Listen. The things that I can tell you about the men I have met. One day I am going to write a book naming names, dates, places. I wouldn't leave a single man out.
Well, certainly there have been some men with kind and nice men that you've met.
Oh, you wouldn't be in the book. You have sensitive hands. That's how I knew you were nice in the park yesterday. I can tell everything about a person just by looking at their hands. You have such long, delicate fingers.
You know, I knew a girl in school that...
What's it all about, Alfie? Is it just for the moment? I smell oysters.
What?
What could that be?
I can imagine.
I mean, God, how I miss my dog. I mean, he kidnapped him because he was jealous of anyone or anything that I cared about. I mean, he didn't want me to have a dog or a car or a career, especially a career. He knows I'm enormously talented and he's afraid of losing me. Well,
Of course.
that is his problem.
Yes.
Because nothing is going to stop me. I'm going to make good no matter how many opportunities he tries
that's
to
right.
block.
Yes.
The talent is there. It is just a question of time.
That's right.
Do you know that he had me fired from the Coconut Grove? Did you hear about that?
No.
On opening night, after the first show, and I was fabulous. You can ask my agent. He will give you an unbiased rating. Did you ever stop to wonder why I wasn't on the Hollywood Palace?
I can't say that I have.
I had a 2-week contract at the Coconut Grove. They had to pay me off, but I wasn't allowed to sing the second show. Who would you say was responsible for that?
Could it have been Mr. H?
Because he knew the producers of the Hollywood Palace were coming for the second show. And let me ask you another question. I had the best orchestrations of any nightclub singer on the West Coast, am I right?
Right!
Then who stole the trumpet parts 5 minutes before showtime?
Could it have been the same guys who were in the Malasso Opso job?
Are you trying to put me on?
No.
I mean, that's why I had to leave the coast.
Yes.
I mean, he tried to block every move that I made. Do you know that he tried to have me committed to a hospital?
No. Why?
Obviously, to keep tabs on me. Actually, it was my own fault. I faked having a nervous breakdown so he didn't leave me alone. I made believe that I went crazy in this department store, and the police came with an ambulance. I mean, he must have had me followed because the ambulance was there in 5 minutes. Who else could have sent them?
What did they do?
They just kept me for observation.
And sent you home?
In 12 weeks. I mean, he must have paid them off, otherwise why would they keep me there? I mean, it wasn't too bad. I wasn't working at the time anyway, but I tell you, is that some experience?
Yes, some experience.
Have you heard of Babylon Revisited?
Who?
Babylon Revisited, it's a rock group. They want me to record with them, but once you do the Janis Joplin scene, your voice is gone in like 2 years. Don't you think I'm better off taking the David Merrick show?
Well, I thought they passed you by.
Who told you that?
Well, you did.
No, I didn't say they passed me by. I said they took the black girl.
Well, you didn't get the part.
What are you trying to say?
Well, I'm not trying to say anything, but don't get upset.
I'm not upset.
Well, you seem angry.
I'm not angry. I am not upset. I am not uptight. I am not anything. I'm turning on again.
No, I don't think it's a good idea. You know what, it's getting kind of late. I think I'm falling behind on my writing. Really.
And you want me to go?
No, I don't want you to go.
But you'd be happier if I left.
No, not happier.
Don't worry, I'm not going to try anything.
Try anything? We'll try, what? What would you try? What?
I thought you were looking at the scars on my wrists. You are wrong about them.
Scars? What scars? I didn't even know you had scars. I'm not looking at scars.
I was watering plants, and the window fell on my wrist.
That happens so often. I have friends with the same scars.
Please forgive me. I am suspicious of everyone. I really have to run.
And just when we're getting to know each other, but if you have to run.
I just have to have a few drags first before I can face the world again.
No, don't you think you should face the world first and then have a few drags?
Doctor's orders.
I don't want you to go without your medication, but really, I'm falling behind on my writing. What's that?
You said you'd have one with me later.
No, I said maybe later.
You said later.
No, I said maybe later. I remember I said the maybe right before the later. We were talking about the Mexican in the motel room.
I think it's very impolite of you. I mean, I'm not going unless you have one. If I have to stay here all night.
2 puffs. 2 quick puffs, and really, then I should get back to work.
I like the way you hold it in your mouth. You can tell a lot about a man by the way he holds pot in his mouth.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man, that's pop.
It's better if you close your eyes.
I don't think I have time for that, really. To close my eyes. You know what? I'm just gonna take one more puff, and then I should really get back to work. Yeah, terrific. Best pot I had all week.
Let me see you get it in your lungs and hold it there.
Oh, you know, you don't want to see that. What, a man with pot in his lungs? That you must have seen that 100 times. That's nothing to see.
Why won't you inhale it?
I will. I promise.
Swallow it.
Hmm?
Swallow it. Now, exhale.
Oh my God, it didn't come out. It's still in there. It won't come out.
In a minute, your mouth will go numb and your toes will start to tingle.
Oh, good. I can't wait.
What do you feel now?
Aside from a sharp pain, nothing really.
Is your mouth getting dry?
Little. Yeah, it started dry. Yeah, I'm dry now.
This is quality grass. You can tell, can't you? It's from South America.
Well, you know what they say, you can take the pot out of the country, but you can't take the...
Toes tingling.
Toes tingling.
Relaxed.
Relax. My tongue is paralyzed. I lost the use of my tongue. I'm never gonna talk again.
You're high, baby. Just sit back and enjoy it.
I'll try. Everything's slowing down. Do you feel everything slowing down?
Mm-hmm.
I can't feel my heart. What the hell happened to my heart?
Relax. Don't fight it, honey.
I'm not fighting it. I'm letting it do whatever the hell it
Hang it
wants.
out for the world to see, honey.
Oh, I'm hanging it out.
Just let yourself go.
I'm letting myself go. I don't know where I'm going, but here I go. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Oh, you hear that?
What?
I can hear my eyes blinking. No.
You got it, baby. Flaunt it.
I'm flaunting it.
God, the things that have happened to me.
I heard. I can't wait to read that book.
Did I tell you about this man in California?
The teeth sharpener or the dog napper?
I was in love with him. You know about love, I can tell. You must have suffered plenty, didn't you?
Many years ago, I was involved with an older woman in Newark, New Jersey.
Oh, I know that scene. How long did it last?
About 15 minutes.
You gotta make it all alone in this world. All I need is one show. The talent is there. It is just a question of time.
That's all it is, Bob.
People don't want to see you make good. They're all jealous. They're all rotten. They're all vicious.
So many things I wanted to do. I'll never do them. So many places I wanted to go. I'll never go there. We're all trapped. Trapped! Help! Help!
What the world needs now is love, sweet love. That's the only thing that there could be.
Stay away from my window. Stay away from my back doors. Disconnect the telephone line. Relax, baby.
Mom?
Your rest.
Hello, Jeanette. Jeanette? Any trouble finding the place? It's not raining yet, is it? Good, good. Why don't you come have a seat? Jeanette, there's nothing wrong, is there? Jeanette, look at me. You okay? Jeanette, I understand. You know, it doesn't make sense to deny that this is a little bit awkward. You know what? If you weren't nervous, you know, if you came in here cold and callous like some women would, or if you were some nut I met in the park, that would be one thing. Okay? But you're not. You know, you're nervous, and I respect that because you know what? You're the only one in our circle, the only one of Thelma's friends that I have any respect for, and that's why the other night when we were having dinner at your house and you indicated that you'd like to. Jeanette, none of that now. No, come on, none of that. Jeanette, hey, Jeanette, it's just me, Barney. Jeanette, you're not going to stand there and cry until 5 o'clock, are you? Because, are you, Jeanette? Jeanette! Jeanette! Oh, Christ, can I pick him?
Why am I here, Barney?
What was that?
Why am I here? I've known you and Thelma for 12 years. She's been a good friend to me. I wouldn't hurt her for the world, and you and Mel are closer than brothers, so why am I here?
Why, Jeanette? Because I invited you here. Jeanette, I'm very fond of you. Please, relax. Put your pocketbook down and I'll get us a drink.
I don't find you physically attractive. You knew that, didn't
No, I didn't know that. It doesn't surprise me. It's not mandatory.
you? I think you're sweet. I think you're basically a good person. I don't think you're physically attractive.
Well, look, you can't win them all.
I can be honest with you, Barney, can't I? I think we've known each other long enough for that, haven't we?
Hell yes.
Then I can just come out and say it, can't I? I don't find you physically attractive.
Jeanette, fine. I think we covered that ground pretty good, Jeanette. Listen, put your pocketbook down, relax, and I'll go get us a drink.
Don't misunderstand me. It's not the height. The height thing doesn't bother me. I've never been repelled by short people.
I'm very happy to hear that, Jeanette.
I'm attracted to you emotionally, intellectually,
Yes. Isn't that right? You know what? It's funny. I always felt you and I had a certain rapport.
but not physically.
Not physically, no. We've established that a number of times. Jeanette, please, give me a second. I'm going to go get the champagne. Okay.
Barney, do you know I haven't slept with Mel in 8 months?
8 months? No, I didn't know that. I knew Mel had it bad back, but I didn't know that.
Not slept with him in 8 months.
Well, that's between you and Mel. That's none of my business.
He slept with me, I haven't slept with him.
How does that work?
I don't particularly enjoy sex, Barney.
Is that right? Ever?
It was important to me once, nothing's important to me anymore.
Well, Jeanette, you're just going through a dry period right now. I mean, 8 months, my God.
Did Mel indicate in any way there was any trouble between us?
No, Mel's not a talker.
I know you see him all the time.
We play handball on Saturdays. You know, we don't talk personal problems. He serves the ball, I hit it back.
You didn't seem upset?
No, can I take your pocketbook?
You wouldn't talk, would you, Barney?
Jeanette, I'm surprised you would even think.
Then I don't have to worry about my name ever coming up in a cocktail party.
May God strike me dead. May I never live long enough to see my oldest girl married if I ever mention even casually.
This was not easy for me to come here today.
I realize that, Jeanette. May I become paralyzed from the hips down?
I don't even know what I'm supposed to do.
I would let go of my purse first if I were you, Jeanette.
My only concern is that whatever happens between us never goes beyond these 4 walls.
May my restaurant be destroyed by fire, Jeanette. You don't have to worry. I told you that the other night.
Did Mel ever mention another woman to you?
No.
Would you tell me if he did?
Yes, I would.
You would?
Yes.
Why would you tell me?
I don't know. You asked me if I would. I was just trying to be polite.
I see.
Jeanette, can I take your pocketbook?
What do you think about all this, Barney?
About all what?
About all of this that's going on.
There's nothing going on, Jeanette. I can't even get your pocketbook.
You're not appalled by the times we live and by all the promiscuity you find everywhere?
I don't find it anywhere, Jeanette. I hear a lot about it. I haven't found anything.
Let me ask you.
What do you have to see, Jeanette? You're here. You might as well sit.
Let me ask you a question, Barney. Do you have any guilt about asking me here today?
What? Do I have any guilt?
Don't repeat the question. Just answer it.
Do I have any guilt? No, I do not have any guilt.
Really? In other words, you don't care who you hurt?
I'm not hurting anyone.
Really? You want to think about that
Not
answer?
necessarily. Why are you probing so deeply into everything?
Exactly. That's the attitude we live with today. Don't think about it. Well, I'm not going to think about it, Barney. I'm going to be like everyone else in the world. That's
Jeanette,
why
I
I'm
think
here today.
What's that? What are you doing?
Digiline is for depression.
Do you want some water?
I couldn't wait.
For me to get the water? You're that depressed?
Isn't that how we cope with our problems today, Barney? With pills and drugs? Do you know how many people in this country take pills because they cannot cope with the emotional problems? Do you know the number in this country? It was in Look magazine.
Jeanette, I didn't get a haircut this week. I missed the new Look magazine.
60 million.
That many.
Do you know the alternative to taking pills?
Was this in the same issue?
Melancholia. Do you know what that is, melancholia?
Brooding, isn't it? Heavy brooding?
I'll tell you what melancholia is, Barney, because I've had it for the last 8 months. It's total and complete despair. It's waking up every morning of your life, not hoping, not caring, not needing. You don't pray for happiness because you don't think it exists, and you don't wish for death because if you don't exist, then death's meaningless. All that's left is a quiet, endless, bottomless, relentless, eternal, infinite gloom. That's melancholia.
How about a nice cold drink? I bet that will pick you up.
What do you want with me anyway, Barney? A good time? You're not going to have a good time with me.
I think we could have an interesting afternoon if we got away from the doom and the gloom. I really do. Listen, please, put your pocketbook down and I'll get us some champagne.
You mean Mel never mentioned another woman to you?
As God is my witness, Jeanette, you're so different from the other night, so tense. There was a zest about you, a spirit.
This was not easy for me to come here today.
I understand that, Jeanette.
If anyone knew or even suspected.
Jeanette, may all my vital organs become deformed. Stop it, Jeanette. No one's going to find out. Now look, I'm going to go get the champagne. I want you to sit back and relax. You see this table?
Yes.
A good spot for your pocketbook.
Barney, do you know I can't taste food?
Now, come on, Jeanette. I don't believe that. I can understand you being in a state of depression half the time, but certainly you can taste food.
Cannot taste food.
It may not taste good to you, but you can taste it.
I cannot taste food.
What are you saying, Jeanette? I saw you have 2 pieces of pot roast the other night.
I eat what's in front of me. It doesn't make too much difference.
It wasn't in front of you, Jeanette. You got up and you took a second piece. I saw you, but that's not important. What's important is how you feel.
Well, how do you feel, Barney, about being here with Mel's wife?
Why do you put it like that? I'm Barney, you're Jeanette. Why complicate things?
Well, what do you think Mel's reaction would be if I were to call him right now and tell him what was going on here?
Big, big! I think his reaction would be big. Lots of killing than murder, okay? Listen, don't test him, Jeanette. It's not a good idea to test a marriage too much.
You think death is so terrible, Barney?
Death? Yes, I think death is terrible. I think violent death is the worst. Jeanette, I think we're getting a little bit morbid here.
You don't think there are worse things than death?
Well, like pain and suffering? Yes, yeah. They're bad, Jeanette, but they're second and third after death. Death is first.
You mean you enjoy life? You like living?
I love living, Jeanette. Yeah, I have problems with my life, but living is the best thing they've come up with. Listen, Jeanette, I know you're going through analysis right now, but I don't think it's a good time to talk shop. So why don't you let me take
Tell me what you like about living, Barney.
What do I like? What do you mean? What are a few of my favorite things? Is that what you mean? Jeanette, your pocketbook's making me crazy. Just put it on the floor. Nothing will happen to it.
What makes life worth getting up for, Barney? Name emotions for me, feelings. What gives you the strength to go on?
I don't know, Jeanette. It takes on too wide of an area. What do you mean? Specific things like family or love or... Give me the goddamn pocketbook, Jeanette. I can't take it anymore. Listen, I'll put it right there. Nothing will happen to it. God, I feel so much better.
How much of life do you actually enjoy, Barney?
You're still on that, Jeanette?
Give me a number, a percentage.
A percentage? A percentage of how much of life I enjoy? Jeanette, I couldn't answer that question. It would be meaningless. It's half. 52%, 51%, something like that. That's off the top of my head.
Do you know what my percentage is? Do you know what Dr. Gonzolez estimated my percentage of happiness is?
Low. I imagine it's low.
8.2%.
I estimated something like that.
39 years old, Barney. I've enjoyed 8.2% of my life.
You actually sat down with a pencil and a piece of paper and you figured that out? No wonder you're depressed. My God, I was depressed with 52%. I can imagine how you feel with 8.2.
Do you think people are basically good?
Another question?
Do you think the world's populated with decent, gentle, loving human beings?
Not all of them. I mean, certainly not all of them, Jeanette.
In other words, you think there are some people are decent,
Right,
gentle,
right,
loving human beings.
right.
Yeah, name some.
I knew that was your next question. I would have bet my life on it.
Name 10, Barney.
Name 10. There's a point to this. I don't know what it is yet, but there's a point.
Name
All right.
5. 5 people you think are gentle, loving, and decent. Name 3.
Name 3. For 3 people in the whole world, I can name 300, 3,000.
Just 3.
Living or dead?
3 people, Barney! 3 fellow human beings who are gentle, loving, and decent.
What, you think I can't do it, Jeanette? No one can be that cynical, Jeanette. No one can be that contemptuous of the world. All right. I'll play your game. 3 people, okay. All right. Oh, okay. Here's my first one. You ready? Ready for this one? This one's
I'm
going to
ready.
surprise you. My wife, Thelma.
That's 1.
Haha! Okay, you accept Thelma? I mean, relatives are not prohibited from the game?
Thelma is certainly a gentle and loving woman.
Okay, good. Thelma. All right, so we've got Thelma. I need 2 more, and then I'm in.
So far, you've got Thelma.
Yeah, I said that. Okay, hold on. All right, let me think. I want to be selective. Okay. How about this? Is John F. Kennedy acceptable to you?
If he's acceptable to you.
Jeanette, he's acceptable to everyone. Jeanette, I have to say, when you said the other night that you were willing, even anxious to come over here tonight, I didn't realize it was to play this game.
I'm trying to prove to you why I'm here. All right, let's forget it. We'll have the champagne.
No, wait, let me finish my list. Okay, hold on. All right, got Thelma, my wife, got John F. Kennedy. Oh, I don't know, Christ, Oh, him, Christ! 3.
3. You did it, Barney.
Yes!
You actually found 3 people you consider gentle, loving, and decent. I congratulate you.
You don't have to congratulate me, Jeanette. It wasn't so hard. I just went with the top 3. Kennedy, Christ, and Thelma. Jeanette, if anyone heard this conversation...
I couldn't do it, Barney. You couldn't pick 3 people, not in this world.
In 39 years of life, you've never met...
Never.
In your 8.2% of happiness, surely there were 3.
There weren't.
An old friend, a girl you went to school with.
Who?
I don't know who you went to school with. All right, what about Christ? You can say that Christ was not...
Mention people I know.
How about Thelma?
I told you before, I consider Thelma a gentle and loving woman.
Okay, hold on. What about decent? You left off decent. Now, you left it off the first time. I thought that was an oversight, but now you just left it off again. Why do you leave off decent?
Do you consider her decent?
Thelma, my wife? What's the matter with you? She's the most decent person in the world. Ask anyone. She's the epitome of decent. My God, yeah. Thelma Cashman, she's the epitome of decency.
That's wonderful.
Why, did you hear something?
Of course not.
Then why did you leave off decent?
She's on your list, not important. She's on mine.
What are you doing here, Jeanette? What? Are you trying to create some inference on the decency of my wife, Thelma?
I'm not making inferences, Barney. You're indicating some doubt.
Doubt? What the hell is there to doubt about Thelma?
How would I know, Barney?
Well, there's nothing to doubt. That's what. Nothing. I'll tell you. Nothing to doubt about Thelma.
As long as you're sure.
Don't tell me as long as I'm sure, because I'm sure. I grew up with the woman, okay? I've known her my whole life. You know, I know every nerve fiber in her body, every thought that goes through her head. The woman She's without jealousy, without malice. I mean, she's above reproach, okay? She's as incapable of an act of indecency or deception as you would be, or I would be. Oh my God.
So, you've got Kennedy and Christ. You've got one more pick.
No. Not Thelma. Thelma's not like other people. She's gentle and decent and loving.
In other words, you agree other people are not gentle, loving, and decent.
Why are you doing this, Jeanette? Is there something you know about Thelma that you're not telling me? Is there something about Thelma that I should know? Because, Jeanette, I will find out eventually, so you might as well tell me now. Do you hear me? Jeanette, I demand to know about Thelma.
Thelma is the only gentle, loving, and decent woman I have ever met. She is unreproachable and capable of deception. She is the epitome of decency. And the fact that you could doubt her is an act of indecency on your part. You are not a decent human being, Barney, and neither am I, because I'm here with you, knowing what Thelma is, and neither is Mel because he drove me to it. We're not decent people, Barney. Only Thelma is. But she thinks you're the most decent one of us all, so that makes her an idiot in my eyes. There are only indecent people or idiots in this world, because that's all I ever see. And that's how I spend most of my day thinking of things like that. Isn't it any wonder I take Digiline?
I swear, I have never been so depressed in my life.
Well, my analyst has an opening on Thursday afternoon.
Am I so terrible? Are we all so terrible?
Do you know the rate of literacy in the United States? It's 86%. Do you know how many married people have committed adultery? 87%. This is the only country in the world that has more cheaters than readers.
I never thought of myself this way. I never thought of anyone this way.
You should see it without Digiline.
No, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. No. We're not indecent. We're not unloving. We're human. That's all. We're human.
If I were to tell you stories about people you know, people you respect, you would get sick to your stomach right here on this carpet.
I'm not interested in other people. It's no concern of mine.
You don't see what's going on around you. The lies, the deceit, the stinking sordid affairs going on in motels and offices and in little German cars.
Jeanette, you can't go on like this. You have to look at the brighter side.
Do you know Charlotte Corman? Big buxom redhead, her husband's a Mercedes-Benz dealer in Wonton. Mel doesn't like her. He doesn't want me to see her. He doesn't want her to be my friend. He doesn't want her to come to the house. He can't stand Charlotte Corman.
So?
He's been having an affair with her for 8 months. I had to stop seeing her 3 times a week so he could see her 4 times a week. These are the times we live in, Barney.
Jeanette, maybe you're wrong, okay? Maybe that's just your imagination, you know? Your whole outlook has been off lately. You have to admit you're having trouble tasting food.
You know what my proof is? He told me. 2 o'clock in the morning, he leans over and taps me on the shoulder and says, "I've had an affair with Charlotte Gorman." Who asked him? When he tapped me on the shoulder in the middle of the night, I thought it was because he wanted me. You know what it's like to wake up from a sound sleep with no eyelashes and a dry mouth and hear that your husband is getting it from a woman you're not allowed to see for lunch? And you know why he told me, Barney? He explained it to me. We're living in a new guiltless society. You do whatever you want, as long as you're honest about it. Aren't we lucky to be living in such a civilized age? In the old days, I would have gone to my grave ignorant of the wonderful and beautiful knowledge that my husband was spending his afternoons humping Charlotte Gorman. When he told me, I didn't say a word. Went down the kitchen, made myself a cream cheese and jelly sandwich on date nut bread. And that's the last time in 8 months I've tasted food. I estimate going 4 times a week. I should be through with Dr. Gonzolez in another year, and then when we both think I'm ready, I'm going to get in the car and drive off the Verrazano Bridge. In the meantime, I'm very depressed. Excuse me, Barney, nothing personal, but I don't think we're going to have our affair.
Wait, where are you going?
Where's anyone going?
Don't leave.
Some good time you had, eh, Barney? A barrel of laughs. I think my 8.2 is down to a 3 or 4.
Jeanette, I'm not indecent.
Don't start again, Barney. I've got 1 Digiline left.
Jeanette, foolish, maybe stupid, but not indecent.
Have it your way.
Jeanette, do not leave until you tell me I'm not indecent. It's important to me.
You want me to lie? You're not indecent. We're a terrific bunch of people.
Jeanette, please. All right. All right, we're all indecent. We're all rotten, indecent, unloving, no good human beings. Every one of us. You don't know the half of it. You have no idea how filthy and ugly I am deep inside. Do you think you're the first woman I've had up here? Ha! Oh, you want to hear about Elaine? A woman of Polish persuasion I picked up in my own restaurant? Yeah, a drinking, smoking, coughing, married woman that practically begged me to rip her clothes off. And you know what happened, Jeanette? Nothing happened. Because I was looking for something beautiful and decent. Oh, you want to hear about Bobbi? A psycho, out-of-work nightclub singer who had her dog stolen by the Beverly Hills Police Department and sleeps with a Nazi vocal coach? We sat here smoking marijuana and singing popular songs of the day. And you know what happened? You know what happened? Nothing. Because I was looking for something beautiful and something decent. And then I invited you. A woman who physically grabbed me in her kitchen Thursday night and pinned me down on the table. I had mayonnaise stains on my back when I got home. And what did you do when you got here? You sat there taking pills and holding on to your goddamn pocketbook. And again, nothing happened because I was looking for something beautiful, something decent. Well, guess what? I'm done. I'm done, damn it, because you're right. It doesn't exist. There is nothing beautiful and decent. We're all no good. Every one of us. We're all just lustful, sick, disgusting monsters. But you know what, Jeanette? If we're guilty, then let's at least commit the crime. I mean, if we're depraved, let's see a little depravity. If we're indecent, how about a couple terrific indecencies, Jeanette? Come on!
Barney, get out of my way!
Who do you think you're fooling around with, Jeanette, huh? Some kid? Some amateur? I'm a pro, baby. I know the ropes.
Stop it, Barney. I don't think this is funny.
Oh, I'll tell you stories that happen in a motel with a Mexican that'll make your teeth curl.
Get out of my way, Barney. I'm not kidding.
What do you want to hear? Language? You want to hear words? Asshole! Screw! Come on, Jeanette, let's hear it from you. Come on.
I'm kidding. I want to go. I'm not
Kidding?
kidding.
Who the hell's kidding, Jeanette? Huh? Who's kidding? Huh? What? Who do you think you are coming on like that in the kitchen the other night and then coming up here and telling me your troubles? I don't care about your troubles, Jeanette. I don't want your troubles. I want your flesh, not your
Oh my God,
heart-breaking
Barney, what's
stories.
the matter with you?
Nothing's the matter with me. What's the matter with you, sweetheart? I'm hip. I'm here where it's happening. Are you going to take off that dress, or do I have to tear it off with my fingers?
Barney, you're scaring me. You're not like this. I know you're not like this.
Tell me what I'm like then, Jeanette. What am I like?
You're quiet. You're intelligent.
Quiet, intelligent, more. I want to hear more.
You're not mean. I've never seen you do anything in your life, Barney. You're scaring me.
Tell me more, Jeanette. I want to hear more.
You're kind. You're the kindest man I know. Please let me
Not
go,
enough,
Barney.
Jeanette. You'll stay here until that pocketbook rots. I want to hear more. What am I like?
You're kind of good and intelligent.
Intelligent? You said intelligent. No repeats allowed. I heard intelligent. I want to hear a new word, one I haven't heard yet.
Decent, Barney. You're
No,
decent. You
that's
are.
the one I want. Decent, and what else?
Gentle.
And gentle, and what else?
Loving.
Decent and gentle, and what else? And Thelma?
And Thelma.
And Thelma. Okay, that's two. So if there's two, there must be more. Who else?
I don't know. I don't know.
Jeanette. Yes,
No,
think,
there are
think.
no more.
Yes, Jeanette. Who else?
Mel.
Mel. Why do you want Mel?
I need him.
Why do you need him? Because you love him?
I love him.
But how, Jeanette? How? How can you love anyone who's not gentle and decent and loving?
Yes, he is. I don't care what he's done. He is.
That's three, Jeanette. I knew you could come up with it.
What's happened to us, Barney? What's happened to the world? I can't keep up with it.
Jeanette, it's no good denying it. It's changing.
In London, I've read about it. In New York, I've seen it. I never expected it in Great Neck.
Are you okay? Do you want to compose yourself?
It'll take me the rest of my life. Barney, swear you will not breathe a word to another living soul.
I have a coronary occlusion in my doctor's office. Jeanette, don't worry. Please. Can I get you a taxi?
Somebody will see us together, probably Charlotte Corman.
I feel like such a louse, Jeanette. Do you hate me for what I did?
Hate you? No, Barney.
See you for dinner on Thursday?
You really believe it, don't you, that we're not all sick and rotten? You actually believe that some of us are decent, gentle, and loving?
I do. And Jeanette, deep down, so do you.
Maybe. But at 2 o'clock in the morning, I think I'm gonna tap Mel on the shoulder and tell him I've had an affair. Let him be depressed for a while.
Hi, Thelma. It's me. You busy, honey? I thought maybe we could do something together this afternoon. Sure, why not now? It'd just take you 10 minutes to get over here. No, not the restaurant. I thought maybe you could meet me at my mother's apartment. No, she didn't invite us for dinner. I just thought you could meet me here. Oh, come on, Thelma. Why can't you meet me at my mother's apartment?